Hello, I'm John K. Coyle, and welcome to the Time Expansion Project. I am going to brief you with episode 0, so I'm backing up, even though I've recorded 12 or 13 episodes, to give you the bigger picture, to not bury the lead, as it were. And there are 6 main ideas that will feed into the next coming weeks, months, maybe years. But these are 6 key attributes to time perception that I've uncovered through my years of research. So I'm going to give them to you in brief here, and then I'll cover each one in depth as we move forward. The first principle is that just as money is the currency of financial capital, memories are the currency of time. Memories are the currency of time capital, how we invest our time. And so do we know how we're investing our time? Do we know how to invest it wisely for the greatest returns? That's going to be an entire episode or 2. Second is that time and money are fungible. We trade our time for money every day, all day, most of us that work for a living. But are we wisely trading our money for time? If you've got some financial success and you have some currency capital, financial capital sitting around, do you know how to properly invest that to buy back time? And if you're not doing that, well, you should. So time and money are fungible. The third principle is that you, the you that you are the sum of your memories. If memories are currency for time, then the sum of your memories is you. The you that you are, that you're going to be, has nothing to do right now with the future. It's never been written. It actually doesn't have a lot to do with the present, other than that you should be there so you can write the memories. But the you that you're going to be is going to be driven by 2 things really: DNA and all of the sum of your recallable memories that you've stored away that will influence your decision making. So you are the sum of your memories. The fourth is that life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. This is an old adage we've all heard, but this has very much to do with the way that the brain writes, stores, and recalls memories. When things get risky, exciting, uncertain, part of the brain called amygdala wakes up, and it tells the brain to write memories faster, sometimes 50, 60 times faster, and more densely. So if you are the sum of your memories, and having more memories is what leads to a longer perceived life, well, then you probably want your amygdala awake some part of the time. 8-year-olds, it's always awake. That's why summers last forever. The fifth is that, and this is the most important probably, is that the value of an increment of time is not related to its duration. I will end each episode by saying that. And this has everything to do with the way that the brain writes memories. Sometimes it writes nothing down. Sometimes it writes an incredibly dense set of memories in just moments. And you can experience more memory storage and recall in moments than you sometimes do in months, even years. And so understanding that the value of an increment of time is not related to its duration allows you to design the kinds of moments that have a before and after, that create a notch on your yardstick, and ultimately allow you to live a much longer, vastly richer life. As Abraham Lincoln said, it's not the life in your years, it's not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years. And then finally and lastly is, it's one of my favorites, when life gives you choices, choose the one that makes the best story. We are wired as humans for storytelling. The oral tradition existed for 40, 50,000 years before we had any written capacity to capture language. And so we became wired to capture certain sorts of memories that follow this thing called the hero's journey. And I'll be digging into that. But if you can frame your life through stories, well, then you'll remember them. And then if you remember them, that means your life is that much longer and vastly more richer. So that's episode 0 in brief. Please subscribe. There's a button here. And as well, you can follow on with the other link to go to episode 1. And I would love your comments. I would love you to share this with friends. And let's dive deep in the future episodes. Thanks for being here.